Good morning, creator. How are we doing today? Welcome to Odessa Rose Creates. This is my studio. I'm Robin Schmidt, your independent Couture designer, and I'm here to show you some of my projects I've been working on this past probably week, because it's been a while since I've been on. I've been suffering with allergies in my eyes, and they were all kind of messed up, but we're getting better. So I wanted to show you my projects I've been working on. If you have any questions about them, now's the time to ask, or any other questions you may have. This is going to be a good time to ask your questions, because we're just going to do a simple chalking project today, so I won't be totally focusing on designing. So welcome, and let me just check the page and make sure you can see me okay. And we'll get started. Go back to my home page. And so say hello if you're watching. There we are. I'd love to chat with you. Got my Idaho potato shirt on today for my vacation this summer. Get this turned. There we go. And what else I might do while I'm here? Say hello. Hi, Lori. Nancy. Hi. Good morning, Margaret. I'm going to share this. Be sure to hit the arrow button down below if you'd like to show your friends some chalking. Hi, Gil. Hi, Robin, getting over shingles. Oh, yeah. That's no fun, is it, Gail? I hope you get well soon. Hi, Kristen. Hello, Nancy. All right. I'm going to turn this and pop it up here on my stand so I can see your comments. This over here. So, yeah, done a few things since I've been on live, so I thought I'd share them with you. This is one. My daughter sent me a photograph of a sign that said similar to this, about 2020 being boo sheet, and so I kind of changed it into that's boo sheet, because that's kind of what you say when you say the other words. And then I just put the Established 2020. The Established 2020 came from our Cottontail Farms. Or you could just put 2020 down there and use your fonts or other numbers. But, so the ghost I did in black first, just like the regular transfer. I should show you that transfer. So if you do this all in black, of course the ghosts are going to come out black, or you could do them in white, but I wanted it on this marble background, which is actually a vinyl floor tile that we just framed out. So I did it in black, and then where their little faces were, after it dried, I put the mesh from the ghosts back over their faces and filled in their faces. So these were solid black, and I did use the black shimmer paste on all of this. So everything was solid black then, and then I washed the transfer, laid it back down, and put in the white shimmer, frost or whatever it's called, over it. And so you can offset that a little bit, or I actually took the black chalk marker and just outlined the side just to give it a little bit of dimension. So that's how I did that one. The word sheet came from letters in that transfer that had all the little Halloween sayings on it. This one here. That's where I picked up the letters for the word sheet. And then this, I just found another transfer that had those letters in it. I can't remember which one it was. It was a small one. I think it was, let me see if I can find it. It was this one. how beautiful it is to see a life lived in gratitude. And I just took the THATS and used that and just drew in the apostrophe. So you just gotta look through what transfers you have and see if you can find letters that are similar. And yeah. Or just use a font. If you have some font transfers, you can just use font transfers. So that's how I did that one. Hi Vicky, hi Sally, Carrie, good morning, good morning. So, yep, that's how I did that one. Let's see what else we got. This one I did on a live. I just had to finish the florals. I ended up painting the acorns in a mustard color craft paint and then put the harvest shimmer over them before I put them in there. So anyway, this was the geometric, I don't even know what it's called. A couple transfers here. And that was this transfer right here called Geo Established Wreath. And I just took the wreath part and then put this transfer over it. And this was just a found banner. And then I hot glued on the floral arrangement. All these florals came from Joann's. That's how I did that one. And that was just done with chalk paste. I did not use ink. Alright. This was also a found tag. Maybe you can cut one out. But it had a big letter on it. It was on clearance. I painted over it. I have a short video of this that I did. You can find on my page. I actually painted in the ring instead of adding one. This was a cutout that I bought. I used our retired woven plaid. And then this was the fall, what does that say? It has the acorns on the bottom. I can't remember, but I took that in there and then I cut these out on painted the boards that are trees and pumpkins come on. Save these boards, painted it black. I chalked the acorns on it and cut them out and attached it to the scarecrow face. And this was good vibes only, so I just put fall vibes only. And then this is from one of our like boho borders, something like that. I added that on. So this was copper shimmer, gold shimmer, probably dune or almond, and then yeah, black and copper up here. I didn't even, this was still unfinished wood. I just put a little bit of wax over it. I kind of wanted that color, that off-white color, so I just left it wood and waxed it first. And then I do wax over everything when I'm done too, to protect it and harden the surface. So, and these I actually had to staple. I put hot glue and E6000 under here, but I also attached some staples and I just tried to put them right in the line of the, because I didn't have staples thick enough to go through this wood and into this wood. My staples were not thick enough, so I had to go down in the front. So I tried to line them up on the line of the plaid. I did it in a couple places. And this one you can kind of see, but up here it's right in the line. Pretty hard to see. And then I painted over the staple heads black so they matched. So that's how I did that one. Alright, any more questions? Yes, all of a sudden summer collapsed into fall. Thank you, Katie. Yep. I gotta take a drink. Did you use the chalk marker from? Yes. Actually, my black one broke. It started leaking all over, and I haven't got replaced yet. But I used a Sharpie. But I would use your chalk marker because it'll wash off if you ever want to wash it off. But I had to use my black Sharpie because my black chalk marker, what could put on me, it started like just leaking out. So I must have broke it. And then last couple days. Maybe I did these all in one day. I made these pumpkins. I first did the painted this black first on this side, and then the sides and the back I kind of color washed with craft paint in like a brown, and then I color washed orange on the sides. But this front was black, and then I put over the transfer, the pumpkin transfer, and I had 2 different shades of orange. And I think they're retired paste, but you can make different shades of orange. Just take the orange paste that you got, take a little bit in a tray, add a little brown to it, and you can darken up one orange over the other. Okay, and then I used the faces and put the faces on. And when I did the pumpkin, I did this side in green up here on the stems, but the rest in the 2 different pumpkin colors. And then put the faces on, and I did use the shimmer black, which they don't call it shimmer black, they call it shimmer shadow. And I would have waxed this when I was done with probably the stained wax from Minwax. The other side, I did use the same pumpkin colors, and then I just put the word cozy on here. And then I actually took some actual sweater pieces from when I was covering pumpkins and just hot glued them on. One in a horizontal and one in a vertical. And I had an extra button from one, so I hot glued the button on. And just using twine to put in the sewing on the button, the stitches. But it's all hot glued on with some extra twine. So those are actual sweater pieces that I just trimmed. I tried to use the edging here, right along there, the curve of the pumpkin. And this one was a piece, so I had it flipped upside down, glued the edge, and then flipped it back, so I had a nice clean edge instead of a cut edge across the top. So just kind of glued down the seam of it, I guess you could say. So that's how I did that set. This set's very similar. On this side, just like these, I just chose a different face, I think, for this one. Same idea. And over here, the back color is a washed brown. I did put washed orange on the sides. And then I used white and almond. And almond is a retired color, I believe, but you could use dune if you had dune. And then this is just a piece of brown paper, just like grocery bag paper. And I wax it first, and then I cut it, I cut out the shape, rectangle, and I use those little scissors that cut the ends. And then after it's waxed, I chalk it on, and then I wax it afterwards too. And then I just use some distressed ink on the edge to kind of give it a little bit of a definition. And Mod Podged it on. And then I would have waxed over the whole thing, and I probably used distressed ink on the edges too, just to define the edges of the pumpkin. And this one, I used our little fall pattern. This one here. It's called Thankful Blessed Pattern. It has that little pattern, plus it has all these words. That's a 1-piece size B transfer. And I just used part of it. I didn't chalk the whole thing. I kind of wanted it just to look like, you know, a soft, curvy edge of it coming down. And then I would have waxed and distressed. So that's how I did those 2 pieces. So now we're caught up. Any questions? I think we're doing good. Alright. Hi, Nina and Susie, Kristen, love it. Thank you. Thank you, Vicki. Alright. I I had shoved all my summer boards into my broom closet, thinking I was going to redo my mantle and all those boards again, but I didn't. I ended up doing something different with one of my scarecrow cutout pieces that I made. So, thanks, Sally. I brought them out, but I think I'll probably end up just doing them for Christmas, but I will eventually wash all these off. This is the main idea that Couture was all about when I started. One of the main things was to reuse chalkboards. So this chalk paste, of course, it dries and you don't, no powder or anything comes off, but you can remove it with a little water, use our scraper, scrape it off, use our board eraser to clean up any shadowing effect that might be left, and you can redesign, repurpose your chalkboards over and over and over. So with the white frame, I didn't want to up for fall because that's not the color scheme I was going with all the white. But I will probably definitely repurpose these for Christmas and use them again for Christmas. But I am going to redo one in fall just to show you how easy it is to clean up. This was the, if you are a Couture designer and you follow Ken, this was the board he was talking about that I designed on one of his lives. I took this flower wreath and placed it in a big daisy, and then I used our buffalo plaid, made a circle, and that she was happy. So that was the board he was talking about. These chalkboards are awesome. They're meant to be reused and reloved. This is another one of my summer ones that I'll be taking off. This goes up here. This was a really took time consuming. I think when I do this for Christmas, I'm just going to try to wash off this part and maybe leave this and put some Christmassy in here. If not, if that doesn't work out, I'll just wash it all off. But this is our Sylvie 18 by 18. This is an awesome board. We have a lot of great designs that are made to go on the 18 by 18. So those are great transfers. If you wanted to start chalking and get a board to repurpose, all of our sizes have transfers obviously that work for that size, but this is kind of a fun one. It's not as tall as the 18 by 24 obviously, but you could do a lot of things with the square with all the different pattern transfers, and then or full designs for the 18 by 18. So that's a fun one to do. Let me just find a place to set it without it falling down. And this is the this is a gallery board. This is the one that comes in your designer kit if you become a designer. And these boards are a little bit fancier than our boutique boards. The other boards I showed you were our boutique boards. This one is a porcelain board that's magnetic, so you can put magnets on it, or attach a magnet to a embellishment, and it'll magnet to this board. They don't do that to the boutique boards. So this is the summer one. I'm going to wash this off, and I used a lot of double-faced tape to get my stuff to stick. So hopefully now it's all kind of sticky. I can get it up. And that one I just stuck on there with tape. These are just cut out of cardboard. Little lemon slice that I transferred on. Now I got tape that doesn't want to come up. I might try the heat gun on it and see if that'll help. It's double-sided tape, so it's sticky on both sides. And it's a mess. If I can get it. I think it would be hard to come up. There it goes. was a tip that someone gave me the other day about removing stickers on the back of repurposed signs. Add some more heat to it. Okay. Love that one being from Iowa. Which one's that, Lori? Can't think what you're talking about. Sorry, I was trying to get this tape off my board. It's double-sided sticky tape. Alright. Just about got it. There we go. Alright, now we can wash this off. I'm going to spray a little water on it. Take our scraper, just start scraping it off. Grab a paper towel. Pick some of this up in the towel. And there it goes. We haven't had these scrapers very long, these paste scrapers. Before it used to take a lot longer because you had to use like a lot of water and paper towels to get it all picked up. But now it's a lot simpler. I have a bunch of paper towels down here from my paper towel press that I don't want to just throw them away, so I can use them for stuff like this without wasting it. Okay, and I'm going to just grab a white. I think we got most of it. If there's still some ghost left of it, then that's when we take the board eraser to it. I'm going to kind of really clean it good down in these corners where that green was. Get it nice and clean. So we need to decide, do we want to go Halloween or do we want to go just pumpkins? So I need to decide which transfer to put on and let you guys vote which one you want me to do. I really don't care which one. So help me decide. I'm going to grab a board eraser here. The pumpkins are awesome, thank you. And these are great for getting any like ghosting images you might still see left. This will get it off. You can wet these if you want. It usually work best if you wet them or have a wet surface. You can see how it is picking up stuff that you didn't realize was still on there. I'm getting like, even on my frame I got like colored from the chalk paste, and that just picks it up. It's pretty cool. There. Nice and clean. One more paper towel. Dry it off. So, pumpkins. You want to do this one? So far, I've got more votes for this one than this one. You know, this. I'm not a huge Halloween decorator in my house. I like to create it, but I don't have a lot of it. And what I do, I just put out for like a week or two in October, and then I'm done. My grandkids like it. So that's probably why I put it out, because they like it. Especially Vivian, who is 6. Okay. So got a little bit of that tape on there. Okay, I think we got it cleaned up. Now this board does not come with a hanger, but you can definitely attach a hanger. But if you have a hanger on your board, make sure you got your hanger at the top when you're getting ready to design. So you're not putting your design on upside down, because that would be annoying. And this one, I think I purposely just taped these little lemons on so I could take them off. And you could even use this now for Christmas, even Halloween if you wanted to. But you could put another, like I just did these on cardboard, like, you know, like gift boxes, like for shirts that you get cheap, that type of cardboard. Kind of like a real heavy cardstock, I guess, but if you have some of those shirt boxes, just use those. So, anyway, save that. I don't know if I really need to save my lemons. I'll forget where I put them if I do save them, so. Alright, pumpkins, pumpkins, pumpkins. Let's do pumpkins. Well, we probably should do something exciting with it. Let's see. I'm thinking, if you do this pumpkin in one pumpkin color, let it dry, then lay like a buffalo plaid on it, and put on a second different color of pumpkin, you're going to have a plaid pumpkin. And then your letters would still be black. So if I find my mini buffalo plaid transfer, that's probably the best one to use. I'll go grab it and we'll make it a plaid pumpkin for you. How's that sound? Let me go grab it. Hanging up here in my closet. Would you like to see that trick? Make it a plaid pumpkin? Let's go for it. We'll use the 2 pumpkin colors I had used on my other widow. This one's called Pumpkin Pie, and this is called Pumpkin. And once again, these are retired colors. And they're coming to an end. But if you take your orange, which, what do they call it now? Let's see. Orange peel. You could just use orange peel and papaya if you have those 2 colors. Those are 2 kind of 2 different shades, very similar to these. you could use those. Which I have papaya. Let's see what it looks like. I think I do. Right here. So you could just use your orange peel and papaya. Which I don't even have actually have the orange peel. I still have this old orange from pumpkin, which I'm gonna need. But anyway, it's pretty similar to pumpkin pie, as you can see. It's very similar. So I'll just use papaya, and we'll say this is orange peel. It's probably very similar. It's just called pumpkin. It was from a couple years ago. So yeah, we'll use those two. And then all this, I might just do that in white or dune, something like that. I'm trying to decide. We have a white frame. Sometimes I'll just do white, but let's do it in the dune because that might be a color. I love this color. I just ordered my second jar because look how much I've used of it. It's a great color. In fact, it's getting pretty thick. I'm gonna have to put some water in there and get that ready. I will probably do this lettering after when I do my second color of pumpkin. So I'll just set it over here, get it ready. And this, like I said, this is almost gone. But I've had it a long time. So we're going to say this is like your orange peel. And you want to put your lighter color down first and put your darker color on top. If you put your opposite, if you put your dark color on first and your lighter color on top, your dark color might kind of bleed through it and you might not have that crisp of a pattern. If you don't care about that, then if you want it to look really old and vintage, you could probably flip it. But I'm going to do the lighter orange on the base, and then the plaid will be done in that. I'm trying to think here if that's how I want to do it. I'm going to see how this works. Good morning, Ann. This fits in here perfectly. I'm just going to do an orange pumpkin here, and we're going to do a plaid over it, I think. You'll have to lay this down on top of it so you still have your letters available. And you could just have done it one time with the plaid and the pumpkin together, but then your pumpkin would have been orange and black plaid, but I want mine to be orange on orange plaid, so that's why I'm coloring it in first. Does that make sense? Going to skim this down, and even if you had only had one orange, just take some of your orange and add brown to it, or even you could maybe do gray, but just add a little brown to it to get a darker orange. Okay, so we want to dry this. sometimes layering on these chalkboards don't always cooperate. They want to pick up the other layers, so let's hope we don't have any of that. Hope it comes out okay. Like if I was doing this on a painted board or on something I'm not going to reuse over and over like I do these boards, I would wax this first, then lay my next transfer on it. That keeps from the chalk paste sticking to the bottom of your transfer. But this is a board that I'm going to be reusing over and over, so you don't want to apply any wax to it, right? So we're just going to hope that the transfer won't pick up any of this chalk paste. We'll see what happens. So this is mini buffalo plaid. I'm going to lay it on the diagonal. And is that still available? I feel like they discontinued. They may have. No, you can still get it. You can still get both plaids. It's the woven plaid they discontinued, which is what I used on my scarecrow face. I love that woven plaid. That's probably my favorite. So, let's get our diagonals on the correct diagonal. This transfer is not very sticky anymore, but which may help not sticking to that chalk paste, so it might be a good thing. I'm going to lay this on top. I'm going to line up our letters the best we can. See through this transfer. Looks pretty good, I think. Try to line it right on top of the other one. Press it down. So we got transfer on top of transfer on top of a chalked pumpkin already. We're going to take our darker orange, our papaya, and we're going to transfer over it all again, and we should be left with a tone-on-tone mini buffalo plaid pumpkin. I'm going to start in the middle, kind of work my way out because everything is not very sticky. Okay. And grab some more. And just push it from the center to the outside. That way you're not shifting your transfers. Kind of helps with that. So just get it to the outside here. Try to scrape it down the best you can, just so you're not wasting a bunch of chalk paste. Okay, I'm going to pick up just both of them at the same time. And there's your plaid pumpkin. Turned out really cute. Doo-doo-doo. You like that? Isn't that cute? So we're going to dry it, and then I need to grab that transfer back and put in the rest of the words. Okay? So there's our plaid pumpkin. He is adorable. I'm going to take our transfer. This is kind of cute. See that? Okay, so we're going to take our Pick Your Own Pumpkins transfer. Lay it down one more time. It's got paste on it. Kind of leery. if I lay that on there, I could mess this up. So I'm just trying to see how much I get off. Try it kind of like I have a one-time chance to line it up. Not messing up my pumpkin. Okay, just press that down. Press this piece down. You don't need to press down the whole thing, just where you're going to be chalking. And let's take our dune and a mini squeegee. I love how our transfers have the built-in vintage worn look, even on our pumpkin and even on our fonts here. It's not a solid, because it's got the age spots on them, I guess you could call them, which is really cool because it makes it look like a vintage, like advertising sign. Just getting the arrow here and 1 mile ahead to purchase your pumpkins. Just skim it down, get a nice smooth layer of chalk paste over your work. And now you can pick this up. Oh, it's adorable. See? Super cute, right? I'm kind of glad we did the plaid. I love that. You guys love it? Super adorable. Love, love, love. And that's it. That's all you gotta do. I don't think we need to add any ribbons or any bows. I mean, it's adorable just as it is. It looks like a old sign. And I was talking about the worn look in the font, and see the spots on the pumpkin. Those are all built into the transfer. So that's something you can't get with, you know, cut vinyl. You can't get that worn look. So isn't it cute? Super fun. I mean, this turned out pretty perfect. I don't think there's anything I don't like about it. But you can see the spots in the pumpkin and how it just looks worn. Same with the pick your own. It all has that vintage worn look. That's pretty cool. Very sharp. So that's easy. And then at Christmas time, I'll wash that all off and we'll put on another design. So that is the cool thing about Chalk Couture. One of the many cool things is that this will dry. You'll be able to touch it. You're not going to smear it up, but you just add that water and take that scraper and clean it all off, and you can design again over and over and over. So if you want to learn more about chalking, shoot me a message. Check out my site, chalkcouture.com, chalkcouture.com/AdessaRose. And you can flip through our catalogs for more ideas. Yeah, super cool. So fun. So thanks for joining me today. Thanks for chalking with me. Have a great week. Tomorrow I head out to the attic at Valley, where the store where I sell my designs and a couple retail lines. We're getting ready for our holiday, or not a holiday, our fall open house is this weekend. And I will be working on Saturday. So if you're in the area of Omaha, Nebraska, come on out to Valley and check out the store. It's so unique. It's not like your typical store because we have a lot of handcrafted, hand-painted, repurposed furniture. We do have some gift lines, but all my one-of-a-kind designs of Odessa Rose are out there. So come check it out, and I'll chalk with you later. Bye-bye.